Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Action Sunday. And as promised, today I'm going to round out the Bourne trilogy. Well, even though it's not really a trilogy, with the Bourne Ultimatum. Yes, so since I talked about the first two movies last week, so let's talk about the third one. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm not exaggerating this, but I'm going to say this right now. Before I get into more details, I'm going to say this right now is that the Bourne Ultimatum is got to be the best of the entire bunch. And here's why. And of course, a tip to the hat goes to Paul Greengrass and to everyone that worked on this project, okay? Because I feel like they did this book and did the series justice. They did the character justice by being able to follow the source, follow the story, and be able to create something fantastic, produced right for you. And to me, it just shows you that with the right people, with the right frame of mind, and the right players, you can get some really good Hollywood magic. Because, like, I've said this in the past, like, back in my Just for Giggles, is why do things go horribly wrong from book to screen? Well, like I said, clash of visions. But since Paul Greengrass followed Robert Ludlum's vision to a T, it really worked. And to me, take everything that you knew about the first two movies and just level it up a notch, because I felt like everything here was just pretty darn good, all right? The fact that Matt Damon was able to slip back into the Jason Bourne role perfectly. He fits this role like a glove. And I've said this before, if Matt Damon ever retires from acting ever, and if people look back at his career as like, what role will be remembered as? It's going to be the Jason Bourne franchise, or Jason Bourne, David Webb, whatever. Spoilers, that's what the whole purpose of the whole Bourne Ultimatum is. It's him trying to finally figure out his real identity, his real name, what he was doing, what was Project Treadstone. It's all there, and I'm glad they're going to explore this in the show Treadstone. So another tip to the hat. Great writing all around, great directing. The editing, you could tell, let's see, mixed feelings. Like, especially when it came to some of that fight scene, the fight in Tangiers. Well, no, actually, no, not the Tangier. That's the last one. But you get some of the fight scenes. I feel like a little too, like, I wouldn't say it was sloppy, but yeah, you get my point. Let's see. But besides that little hiccup, it's still a fine movie. I'm glad that some of these characters and these actors were able to come back for reprise roles as these characters that we've seen in the previous entries, especially Julia Stiles and Joan Allen. Great work. Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, and and of course the final act just brings everything together. It really just goes, holy shit, that has you on the edge of your seat the entire way. If there's any way, and yeah, I could see why people say this was the stronger entry, because again, bringing everything full circle, another layer that finally develops this mysterious amnesiac assassin that we fell in love with back in 2002, within the Bourne identity. And here we go. I love the final act. And of course, it definitely, spoilers ahead, it leaves the door open for future sequels, which of course I was like, I don't think we really need to. But then again, years later, we got Jason Bourne. Then we have the Bourne Legacy and all that bullshit. And of course, people have said those are not good. No, those two sequels cannot hold a candle to this great entry, which is the Bourne Ultimatum. Okay. And of course, believe it or not, I get. Believe it or not, there's actually more of the Jason Bourne franchise beyond the movies. There's actually more books in the series. There's like the Bourne Protocol. There's the Bourne Directive. Or something like that. I forget what, but you get my point. More expansion into more development of this world that Jason Bourne's in. That would be cool to see those like expand upon. But then again, at the same time, I don't think they will ever match up to this masterpiece of a movie that is the Bourne Ultimatum. So, after all that, after looking back at these first three Bourne movies, so compare and contrast and to see like how these stack up, I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to say that the Bourne Ultimatum is definitely the top one, okay? Underneath it would probably be the Bourne Identity, Supremacy, maybe a little tad lower, but I don't know. It's a toss-up. And of course, the other two movies I could just probably either throw them in the trash or rank them so low on the totem pole, because I tried to avoid them at all costs because they were not good. Let's be bluntly honest with you. They were really not. All right. So, but besides the ranking, now to my final score. For the Bourne Ultimatum, I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10. It's that kind of good to make you say, here's the formula. Then they just injected it better, brought everything together, made the storytelling perfect, and just rounded out everything. And just, there you go. This is the perfect conclusion, the perfect sequel, almost. Like I said, despite some minor hiccups when it comes to editing, I don't know, okay? It's your personal preference, okay? So, that does it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed this segment. If you've never seen the Bourne Ultimatum, I say go find this movie right now. Luck has it. I have it in my movie cabinet alongside the R2 movies. So, yeah, please go watch them. If you don't know spy thrillers until you've seen this trilogy, okay? But as my recommendation for the R2 one, maybe watch at your own discretion, even though they're not going to be as good. But then again, it's your personal preference, all right? So that does it for now. That does it for this week. For Action Sunday, I will be back in November because, again, October, I'm taking off, okay? Because my wedding and everything else, okay? So thank you, everybody, for following me and supporting me. Thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned and be safe, everybody.